From the University of Laverne, this is Foothill Community News.
Hi, I am Fernando Alvarez.
And I'm Ariana Martinez. Thanks for tuning in to Foothill Community News. Topping our news, many Americans are mourning the loss of former First Lady Barbara Bush. She died on April 17th and was 92 years old. Bush was married to the 41st President of the United States, George H.W. Bush, and the mother to the 43rd President, George W. Bush. When she was First Lady, Barbara Bush worked to advance the cause of universal literacy through her foundation. In January, she and her husband celebrated their 73rd wedding anniversary, making them the longest married presidential couple in the U.S.
The University of Laverne is spinning into the future with a new bike program. You can cut down on gas and help out pollution by taking this bike from a ride. Reporter Siobhan Rogers tells us more.
Vibrant, bright orange bikes line the street at the University of Laverne to launch a new bike share program called Spin. It's part of an effort to make getting around the community a lot easier.
The University of Laverne is big on offering alternative transportation to students, faculty, and staff. So another alternative transportation way is the Spin bikes.
The bikes are parked around campus. Students can rent them for 50 cents a half hour. Others pay $1.
This is great. I literally walk everywhere. Well, I have a car, but gas is nearly $5. And so this is perfect.
Campus is pretty small. We can generally walk from point A to point B, on a regular basis. But as far as whether we want to go out to like Claremont or San Dimas for some shopping, maybe even out to Montclair, having more options besides simply the bus system or our own cars, I think is just a really neat way to get students out into the surrounding community.
There are 150 bikes available. To rent them, you'll need a smartphone.
You use an app on your phone, open up the app, scan the code on the license plate of the bicycle, and it opens up remotely.
And when you're done, you have to return the bike a few feet from a bike rack on campus.
The program will be going on indefinitely, but the university says they'll bring more bikes to campus if it's popular enough. For Foothill Community News, Siobhan Rogers.
It was a perfect day for cruising over at the Pomona Fairplex. The Twilight Cruise this month brought out the classic cars, and I had the opportunity to check that out. They revved their engines and show off their vintage rides during this month's classic car cruise in Pomona. What do you expect to see at this time and this event for today?
Just the different kind of cars, that's neat about the hobby. No two cars are exactly alike, it's different colors, different models, different wheels. It's just, it's a unique thing. Whatever you like best, that's what you build or drive.
Do you see so far a special car that you really love there?
Oh yes, my husband's.
She wants a ride home.
More than 250 cars cruised in and out of the museum during the Twilight Cruise event. What type of car do you have right now?
It's a 1929 Model A Ford two-door sedan.
People don't really know, but it's really expensive to hold this car in this beautiful condition?
It depends on whether you have somebody else do it or you do it yourself. I built the car myself, so I have no labor into it, so it's as cheap as I can build it. Car lovers come to admire the cars and share their passion.
It's a bunch of old guys with old cars trying to act young.
The museum has been putting on the Twilight Cruise for more than 20 years. On a good day, visitors can see cars that are more than 100 years old. If you are interested in attending an event like this one, they take place on the first Wednesday of every month.
When we come back, get ready to mark your calendars for some fun events.
And we will show you a dog looking for a family. Stay tuned on Foothill Community News.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Spring has sprung, and it is time to get out and enjoy yourself. Here's what's happening around the town. Get out to the City of Laverne's Sip of Laverne Wine Walk and stroll through Old Town Laverne as you sip wines from different vendors, sample a delicious selection of food from local restaurants, all while listening to live music. It takes place on April 28th. Tickets are $45 and can be purchased on the Laverne Chamber of Commerce website.
The Holy Name of Mary Parish in San Dimas will be hosting its annual family festival. Enjoy food, rides, music, and fun for the entire family. The festival kicks off on April 27 and runs through April 29th. For more information, you can visit their website.
It's that time of year again, spring cleaning. The Laverne Chamber of Commerce and Bonita High School are putting on a community yard sale where one man's trash is another man's treasure. The event takes place on Saturday, April 28th from 8 a.m. to noon in the Bonita High School parking lot. Space for vendors start at $30. Shoppers enter free.
When life gives you lemons, pick it up and head over to the Upland Lemon Festival. Come for the lemony treat and stay for fun-filled entertainment. It takes place in downtown Upland on Euclid. The admission to the festival is free and it's run through April 27 to the 29th. For more information, visit the Fairplex website.
There are still so many furry friends looking for a home. I had the chance to go to the Inland Valley Humane Society and hang out with our featured pet. I'm here at the Inland Valley Humane Society with Victor and little Jack. Can you tell me what kind of home is Jack looking for?
Jack is looking for a active home, preferably with kids. He is an alpha dog. He loves other dogs, but he's in charge. He's 2 years old, and he's a very active dog.
Where can we find Jack?
You can find him at Inland Valley Humane Society in Pomona. He's available now. Adoption fee is $145 and covers his neuter, his first series of vaccines, frontline deworming, his microchip, and then a 2-week follow-up if needed.
Perfect. Jack is nice and cuddly and looking for a loving home. If you are interested in making Jack a part of your family, please contact the Inland Valley Humane Society at 909-623-9777.
Coming up, a beloved coach said goodbye to San Dimas High School.
We'll have that story and a look at our local sports when we come back.
Get your ass out. You're not sitting here. Yes, I am. Move. Give it to him hard.
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back. We are joined with sports reporter Anthony Cisneros. What's happening in our local sports, Anthony?
San Dimas High is saying goodbye to their boys basketball coach. Gordon Hamlow is headed across the valley. I spoke with him about his new adventure.
After 4 seasons with San Dimas High School, head coach Gordon Hamlow confirmed he's taking over the head coaching position at Glendora High School. Hamlow admits his previous ties to Glendora High School had a big impact on his decision, but it wasn't an easy move to make.
It's a place that I graduated from and coached at, so I spent 9 years at Glendora.
During his time at San Dimas, Hamlow led the Saints in back-to-back undefeated seasons in 2016 and 2017. This past season, the team finished second in the Valle Vista League. But he says what he'll remember the most is the time he spent with his players.
And most of that time isn't on the floor, it's in the locker room, it's on the bus, it's sitting in the stands waiting for your game. So those are the things with each of our groups over the 4 years that are special to me.
For the basketball players, losing their coach isn't easy.
Yes, it's a lot of mixed emotions. Me personally, I'm pretty sad. He's always been my coach, and to see him leave kind of sucks.
But Ortega says he will set his emotions aside and help the team stay focused on the upcoming season.
We all have to be leaders and just tell them, like, hey, like, this is how it is, and hopefully they follow us, because we don't have a big senior class this year, and we just got to be leaders, all of us.
Coach Hamlow praises how supportive the school and community in general always was while he was the head coach. Along the way, he's learned a thing or two.
We've grown and had an opportunity to see kids respond in different ways and how to approach kids, whether it's a tight couple seconds left in the game situation or just the long process of the season.
Hamlow will be stepping into the shadow of Glendora's former coach, the legendary Michael LeDuc, who is now the head coach at Damien High. Hamlow says he welcomes the challenge of following the footsteps of his former mentor. Turning to our scoreboard, the season has come to an end for the University of La Verne's women's water polo team. The Leopards ended their season with losses to Pomona-Pitzer 15-5 and Cal Lutheran 11-6. In ULV baseball, the Leopards find themselves at the top of the SCIAC standings after a 3-game sweep of Pomona-Pitzer. The team took Game 1 6-4, Game 2 8-0, and finished off the Sage Hens 14-4 in Game 3. In Leopard softball, the women brought home 2 wins against Cal Lutheran 3-2 and 7-6. They followed that up the next day with a Game 1 win over Pomona-Pitzer 3-2, then dropped Game 2 by a score of 7-5. Leopard softball currently sits in second place in SCIAC standings, seeking their 3rd straight conference title. In other ULV action, the track and field team took home 8 first-place finishes at the final SCIAC regular season meet. Top performer for the Leos was TJ Randall, as he finished in first place in shot put, hammer throw, and discus for the 2nd week in a row. The Leopards' next action will be at the championships at the end of the month. In high school baseball, San Dimas posted wins against Covina High School 11-0, Cajon High 3-0, and Roland High 14-0. The Saints find themselves on a 16-game winning streak and in first place of the Valle Vista League. Damien baseball is right in the thick of things with a 500 record in baseline league competition. In recent action, Spartan baseball has wins against Upland 2-1 and 3-0. For Bonita High School baseball, they had 2 close games against Diamond Bar High, winning the first match 2-0 and losing the second matchup 5-4. They also faced off against Ayala High but took the loss 5-2. In high school softball, the San Dimas softball team took home big wins against Covina High 9-0 and Roland High 15-1. And in their most recent action, the Saints faced off against Wilson High, resulting in a 2-1 victory. The Bonita High softball team is off to a solid start in their season in Palomares League play. In recent games, they beat Diamond Bar High 14-2, lost to Ayala High 8-3, and lost in a close one 7-6. This puts the Bearcats tied for 2nd in Palomares League standings. That's it for sports. Back to you, Ariana and Fernando.
Thanks, Anthony. That'll do for us now. I'm Ariana Martinez.
And I'm Fernando Alvarez. Thank you for watching Foothill Community News.